Hey everyone, Todd here, internalarchitect.com. And in this video, I wanted to share with you the results that I have finally gotten. This has taken just over 6 months now, about 6 months and almost 2 weeks, to finally get these results, to figure out what is going on next. Now before I begin, please hit subscribe below and hit the bell for notifications so you know when I put out a new video. Today has been finally a day of relief. It's kind of one of those kind of moments where you really wait for a lot of time you wait and wait and wait for a result that you're pretty confident you know what it is, but to have it confirmed is really a huge thing. But it didn't come without some challenges. Let's kind of rewind back a little bit now. About 3 weeks ago, I had a biopsy, needle biopsy, done in my armpit. Those results came back inconclusive, and what we ended up deciding, and we kind of knew that if that didn't work, that this was going to happen, was we'll have to do a surgical biopsy of the lymph node that we were trying to get the sample of in my armpit. The good news is the amount of Hodgkins that's going on in my body right now is really small. At least that's what the PET scan shows. And with that comes some other little challenges also. This last week I ended up going in for 2 separate procedures, and the first one was a mag seed placement, and I'll see if I can put a thing up here to that video about the mag seed placement. And what it is it's a little marker, a little metal marker that they can put into an area of the body that needs surgery. And we ended up we were able to put that mag seed in the right spot, and that only took about 10 minutes, 15 minutes total time. Fortunately, the breast cancer people at the Sun and Out Breast Cancer Clinic over at the Shaw Center has done a great job, and I can't even thank them enough for how good and how quick their work is. The second thing is that was on a Tuesday. The next Thursday, which was this past Thursday. Sorry, my days are all a little bit crazy right now. I went in to have the lymph node removed surgically, because the main issue is trying to make sure that the Hodgkins, my Hodgkins, because I have a very classic type of Hodgkin's lymphoma, hasn't changed. It hasn't morphed into something else. So with that, we were able to do the dissection, and they actually went through, and it's funny because I'm not in a lot of pain from the surgery or anything, but it's still tender. There's no doubt about it, but not a little bit of bruising and whatever. And we had to, obviously I go into recovery and kind of deal with everything from there. Today we had the doctor's appointment, both with my oncologist and with my surgeon. But I had a bit of a hiccup or situation that happened on Sunday. I ended up having to go to the ER because I was having a hard time breathing. It was really painful, and I was kind of short of breath, which is not normal, and I shouldn't have this, but I did. So I ended up having to go to the emergency room, went through the entire gamut of tests, did a CT scan, EKG tests, did a full blood panel workup, and everything came back fine. So it's still kind of an unknown thing of why I was having a hard time breathing. I do have some suspicions, which I'm going to cover in another video, and it's actually kind of a little bit of a warning, but this is for those of you that are dealing with allergies and maybe dealing with a lot of sinus infections. So to fast forward to today, we were able to talk with my surgeon, and it was pretty funny because he kind of thought that he was breaking the news that I had cancer today. And it was funny because fortunately my wife was there, and I remember, kind of chatting with my surgeon, and then looking at my wife like, is this guy serious? Like, doesn't he know? Or it was just kind of a weird, and she was looking at me the same way, like, yeah, we kind of know this already. We're just here to confirm that this is the same thing and not something different, so that the next course of whatever my treatment's going to be isn't going to be different than what we had planned before going through all this biopsy work and everything else. So that's kind of where that is at. And then and then once he left, we were able to talk to my oncologist, and we ended up getting a number of questions answered, which was good. We're going to probably have to get with my stem cell transplant doctor in Denver here in the next couple weeks, but I'm going to start on immunotherapy probably next week, it looks like. And the one that looks like is being prescribed to me at this point is Keytruda. Now, I don't know a whole lot about immunotherapies, and if you guys do, please hit comment below and let me know what you guys know about it. I do know that these newer therapies, these newer are much, they're a much better round. That's like in their third or fourth generation at this point, and they're actually really, really good, and the side effects are a lot less. So that's what a lot of the conversation was about. And then I don't know, it's kind of funny talking to oncologists now because of all the information that I've learned over the course of 10 years. I've been dealing with this for 10 years now. I can't even believe it. That I can have, and my wife too, can have this conversation, like a pretty in-depth, pretty in a weird way technical conversation with our oncologist about what it does, how it works, and why they've been having so much success with it. What's so nice about this point now is I'm actually about to move forward with everything, and the last 6 months is kind of over, and now we kind of have a plan. I haven't had a plan for the last 6 months, and I haven't had a way to understand what the hell is going on. And it's finally, all this stuff has happened. It's confirmed that my lymphoma is still there and is still present. So what's going to happen next? The goal of this immunotherapy is to hopefully get my body and this lymphoma into remission, and then prep for an allogenic stem cell transplant. And that's looking to happen, I don't know, in the next 6 months. I'm gonna guess 4 to 6 months. I would assume. There's a lot of tests. There's a lot of lab work. There's a lot of psychological work that I have to go through in order to prep for this thing, because it's pretty gnarly deal. And so that's kind of where this is at. So I'm going to go through probably a solid handful of cycles of this Keytruda and continue moving forward. But in the meantime, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm going to keep trying to eat as well as I can, keep trying to get as much exercise as I can, and just try to fight this from every single aspect that I can, not only from a nutritional standpoint, but from a health standpoint too. And as much as I really wish that I could just go el natural, and I know some of you are going to leave some comments about this, because of where the lymphoma that I have, it's not out of the question yet, but it just comes with a really, really big out-of-pocket cost. And that's where the biggest issue for me lies, is I just don't have tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars to throw at. I don't even have thousands of dollars to throw at a completely full natural way to do this. So, but I'm trying to do everything I can via nutrition and via exercise and health, and really I'm just trying to get myself back into the best shape that I have ever been in my life. So with that said, I'm going to go through this whole thing, and it's I'm looking really good. I'll fill you all in about transplant stuff coming up, because I have some good news about that and how that'll also proceed forward too. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. That is the update. I am definitely relieved. I feel a lot better. I know I'm kind of a little raw right now just because I was having a hard time breathing over the weekend, which is all this BS stuff that I had to go through, but you know, it's part of the deal. So again, if you have any questions, hit me in the comment section below. I just want to say thank you for watching the videos. I hope this is giving you some insight into the journey that cancer brings, specifically lymphoma and Hodgkins, in its micro positioning here, because there's a lot of stuff that goes on, and there's a lot of pieces and parts to the entire spectrum. So again, thank you for watching. I appreciate your time and energy, and I will see you on the next video.